The scene shifts to the plain battlefield. Antiu beckons, and Gohan immediately uses Earth Escape to pop up. Gohan steps forward and says, "Hello there, Sect Master." Watching this dramatic entrance, Antiu cannot help but sigh. This guy just made his own entrance look remarkably mediocre. He then asks if there have been any developments on the plain battlefield lately, to which Gohan replies that the upper realm has regained control of the battlefield, and furthermore, he overheard that several continents have received missions issued by the battlefield system, although their Tinvan continent has yet to receive one. Antiu replies that the plain battlefield lost control because of him, and he does not believe they will ignore Tinvan continent. However, plotting in such a way is just digging their own graves, because the longer they stall, the stronger I become, he says, gesturing toward the sky with a friendly middle finger and a gentle smile. Up in the upper realm, two old men watch and chatter among themselves. This must be the master of Tinvan who bullied you last time, right? Arrogant, cunning, and possessing many talented subordinates, his strength is unpredictable. That is the assessment our realm has given him. Moreover, he must have some trick up his sleeve to have gained absolute dominance over the ghost battlefield. By an expert. A mere low-level Voidbreaker isn't worthy of being called an expert. But he is indeed approaching the peak strength of the lower realm. If we don't intervene, I fear that one day he will seize control of the plain battlefield from our hands again. The ghost battlefield alone doesn't have the brute force to defeat him, which is why you need me to send disciples down to the lower realm. Both are low-level void breakers, but the martial arts of our upper realm are stronger, and our artifacts are more formidable. Surely we can suppress the opponent. That's true. Furthermore, your 10,000 talismans sect is best at talismans. If you just prepare more high-level talismans for your disciples, couldn't they easily kill enemies of a higher rank? Therefore, who is more suitable for this mission to wipe out Tinvan continent than your 10,000 talismans sect? That may be, but this Tinvan continent is truly strange. Previously, one of them suddenly transformed and killed several low-level voidbreakers in the blink of an eye. My disciples are the treasures of the 10,000 talismans sect, and absolutely no mistakes can be allowed. So what do you suggest? Open the Asura battlefield. I want those lower realm ants to slaughter each other first. Immediately, the plain battlefield system announces, "Attention all martial artists on the plain battlefield." To ensure the sustainable development of the plain battlefield and to ignite the indomitable spirit of the martial artists, the upper realm has decided to reopen the Asura battlefield once again. Hearing this, the juniors are terrified. The Asura battlefield. I remember reading in ancient texts that it was held over 10,000 years ago, but it was so brutal that it was abolished afterward. The system announces further, the two warring sides are Tinvan continent and Antiu sighs upon hearing his name. As expected, retribution has arrived. But no matter who the opponent is, our eternal sect knows no fear. The system finishes the announcement, Tinvan continent and Lingyuan continent. Upon hearing this name, every martial artist on the battlefield stops what they are doing, even mid-defecation, to listen in terror. Antiu, not knowing what that continent is, picks his ear and sighs. Lingyuan continent. It's not among the three most powerful continents on the plain battlefield. It's likely just a pawn brought out to exhaust us. Regardless of who they are, as long as I unleash a Kyunkun talisman, they will all be forced to their knees. Gohan, standing nearby, disagrees and speaks up. I fear it's not that simple. The Ashura battlefield forces all martial artists from both continents into the same battlefield space. There are no rules, only victory or defeat. Do you know what an Ashura is? Only when one side is completely wiped out and not a single person remains alive will the battlefield space open. The two sides, it is a fight to the death. In the past, the Ashura battlefield was created as a place for two continents to clash, but because it was too bloody and cruel, it was permanently banned. I have existed for a very long time, but it wasn't until that moment that I truly awakened my consciousness. Because so many people died in the Ashura battlefield, I absorbed their souls. I heard their dying screams and their thirst for blood, despair, madness, and also boundless hatred. Hearing this, Antiu replies, with no grievances or grudges, we are forced to slaughter the people of the other continent. The upper realm is inhumane, treating us like weeds. I may consider myself a villain, but I haven't fallen so far as to draw my blade against the innocent. Gohan continued, not only that, does the sect master know what kind of existence the Lingyuan continent is? The Lingyuan continent is one of the very few neutral continents recognized by the entire dimensional battlefield, because the Lingyuan continent enters the Tao through medicine. What they cultivate are medical arts to heal and save people. Without them, the mortality rate on the dimensional battlefield would at least double. The number of martial artists who consider the people of the Lingyuan continent as their lifesavers is countless. Even if someone were to injure just one person from the Lingyuan continent, they would be besieged by everyone working together. Let alone the fact that this time we have to slaughter the entire Lingyuan continent. Holy crap, if we really do that, the Starfall continent would basically be declaring war directly on the entire dimensional battlefield. This is truly cruel killing without a knife. Suddenly, Xiao sensed something and turned around. There are experts approaching us. No, it's a group of heaven rank and earth rank experts. Those experts landed on the ground, crowding the entire area, swarming like flies on shit. A kid with fluttering white hair spoke up and asked, Is this the stronghold of the Starfall continent? In less than a year it has developed to such a scale. Truly a warmongering continent. Facing them, does our Lingyuan continent even have a chance of winning? A fellow replied, everyone? My life was saved by Dean Qi. Asking me to just watch idly as the elder goes to his death, I cannot do it. What's the use of talking so much? Before the Shura battlefield opens, let's kill off all those Starfall people. Xiao couldn't help but sigh at this sight. Tesk, even through a barrier, I can still feel their soaring killing intent. What a pitiful bunch. Clearly, the rules were set by the upper realm, yet they only dare to bare their fangs at those in the same boat as us. Sect Master, now that things have come to this, we can only defeat the Lingyuan continent first, survive the Shura battlefield, and then plan our next move. Xiao replied, why the hell should we? Killing people who heal others is something that will incur divine punishment. I can't bring myself to do it. Moreover, if we really do that, the disciples of the Eternal Sect won't be able to overcome the mental barrier in their hearts. By then, the Eternal Sect won't be far from disbanding either. You bastards of the upper realm, since you've already placed your pieces on the chessboard. Then don't blame me for flipping the entire chessboard. As he spoke, he pulled out a massive alchemy cauldron. Then he asked, Gohan, where is the Lingyuan continent? It lies 8,000 miles to our southeast. Sect Master, what are you planning to do? Xiao replied, I'm going to hold an academic seminar with them. Then, he shot off like a rocket, leaving behind a bewildered Gohan. What the heck is an academic seminar? Xiao called back one last sentence, researching and developing life-saving poison.